What's up, everybody? How's everybody tonight? It's been a hell of a long day. I actually did attend the game tonight. I know some of you guys might believe it, some of y'all won't. I didn't blog about going to the game. It was a moderate crowd. You know, there was a lightning delay and in the middle of the game. And I'll tell you what, I mean, honestly, guys, like, I just have like a sensory overload. Just so much stuff just happened tonight. It's really hard to go back and look at all the pieces. It's kind of almost emotional. I'm almost battered down with emotion. It's about 3 a.m. right now on the East Coast, and I saw Jet Central make a video. I couldn't help it. When I got home, I watched Drew Lock today. I watched Denver and Seattle's defense looked nasty. And then I wanted to see just how bad Dwayne Haskins was because I knew he threw a couple of interceptions and he looked slow. His release didn't look anything like Ohio State anymore. And, man, Daniel Jones tonight was just – it was impeccable. It was one of the great performances that I'll remember, you know, and just with all the doubt, you know, with everybody kind of against him, and you know, probably 90% of the Giants fan base. You know, I went today with a guy, you know, that I met that's a season ticket holder for the Giants. He was saying we could have got Daniel Jones at 17, and you know, these people that doubt Daniel Jones, they could just sit back and watch him take over, and their fans, they're going to be rational. They're not going to, you know, when Daniel Jones does well, they're going to have the right to love Daniel Jones. But I said it was a decent pick. I definitely had questions about his college tape, and Daniel Jones tonight, he was spectacular. It almost brings you to tears how good the guy was. Just every throw was on time. He was so crisp. He was so decisive. The ball was out, and this guy is like a genius. It was almost like watching Peyton Manning play. It was like watching like somebody on an expert level just tear apart a defense. And I know it was the third string in the Jets, but you know, this kid, his mechanics aren't like the prettiest thing in the world, but when you watch him play, he just got the job done. And even in the Senior Bowl, like Dave Gettleman saw him just missing in all the right spots. Just the way he diagnoses the defense, you know, is what the Giants valued. And this kid just knows how to play the game. And it was just such a spectacular performance. I'm going to go ahead and mark the first 5 throws, and then the lightning delay happened, and DJ was. I'm trying to center this microphone and get it stable. I'm trying to get it stable. Daniel Jones. I'll make this about 10 minutes. Daniel Jones today. He was going to play longer, but the lightning happened, and then you don't want to get the guy hurt, and he's 5 for 5. He's balling. I just can't wait to get. It's like almost like you. It's like you have like one unbelievable like potato chip or chocolate cookie, and you can't wait for the whole bag. And Daniel Jones, it's just his personality is just unbelievable. I mean, the guy is just, you know, at the NFL Combine when I watched like this little thing Daniel Jones did. Daniel Jones at the NFL Combine, for you guys that are still listening. You know, Drew Lock was waiting to take a rep, and Drew Lock didn't step up like into the line to take the rep, and Daniel Jones just like without battering an eye, just like cut the line to get that extra rep in front of Drew Lock, and Drew Lock was just kind of hanging back. And Drew Lock, when I watch Drew Lock, this isn't going to be about Drew Lock. He looks really passive, and he's played terrible in these first preseason games. But Daniel Jones tonight, like, he just went into the situation. All this pressure of the first preseason game, the guy knocked it out of the park. I mean, the guy just went right into the fire, and he's like not from this world. He doesn't care about social media. He doesn't care that everybody's going out against him. Like, he just keeps his bubble. He just keeps his focus so freaking just to the game. And he just ignores everything. Like, I'm just such a mentally weak guy. And this guy is just, the way he's raised, he's just a different human being than me or than a lot of people, because he just doesn't get nervous or rattled. And the fact that this guy made the throw on the play action, and the offensive line was amazing, but the fact that he made the throw, the corner route like he did, was just, it showed off the arm strength. And now that you have the arm strength, now that you have everything working together, if this guy can stay healthy, this guy can be a really special player. The sky's the limit, scary, scary good. And that brings me to my next point. So Daniel Jones, 5 for 5, not getting nervous, everything on time. It's a great start. I can't wait to see more of it. I guess I did overreact in saying how special this kid could be, because I didn't see these physical tools that Daniel's putting out there. I wasn't the guy that was screaming and getting all pissed. I said that it's Gucci that we got Daniel Jones, but I was wishy-washy on his tape. This isn't like a Tua or Kyler Murray where I said this guy's gonna be good in the NFL. So, as an evaluator, I'm just terrible. Sam Darnold tonight, Sam Darnold looks, he's scary. Adam Gase and Sam Darnold are like robots out there. I didn't think that Adam Gase would be like this dynamic. And the Giants defense, Tay Davis on that crossing route to Crowder, Tay Davis looked like he should have been literally like in the state of freaking Virginia. Tay Davis, he wasn't even in the frame. He was like in freaking Maryland. That's how late he was on that Crowder play. And Peppers had that pick. And if Peppers had that pick, Sam Darnold, I have to admit, I loved watching him play. He's a completely 1,000% different guy. If he was with Jeremy Bates, he'd be sucking. I mean, that drive against Cleveland last year, he looked so bad last year. Even against the Patriots, Darnold looked like a mess. And now Darnold's seeing the light. He looks like a completely different cat. I mean, he has these cleats. He's freaking scary. He's like a robot with his cleats and his footwork just dancing in the pocket. He looks like Mayweather. He was hitting the Giants with punches that the Giants didn't even see. He was scary. He came in and out, and you just cut our throat. He, slit our throat, and then we didn't even see him. He robbed the bank. He didn't even need to bring the gun into the bank. That performance was just, it was very freaky. It's like, who is this guy? Darnold that was the scariest performance I've ever seen. It was like a 2-minute horror show. I still don't know how to comprehend what I just saw. I've said this guy sucks for the longest time, and the guy is like a freaking magician. He's like 5 steps ahead of everybody. He's very scary. The Southern California kid, he's turned evil. He's turned heel. He's like the nice guy. He looked like he did against Penn State. He has that swagger back. This was the best I've seen Darnold since that Penn State. And after Penn State, you're like, this quarterback's going to be the next unbelievable quarterback. Against Penn State, you're like, this quarterback, that was one of the greatest freshman performances ever. Him and Adam Gase together, I can't wait to see it. I don't know if it's going to be as smooth as that one, but that was the smoothest thing I've ever seen. And the Giants defense just got completely just slammed. But I can't wait to see Darnold play a full game. He looked great, okay? And for one night, he proved me wrong. I don't know if he's going to look like the assassin the rest of the time. I might just take Darnold in an MVP flyer. I mean, that's how good he looked. And that's how damn wrong I'm going to be, when this tape's all done. Daniel Jones, me not freaking out, might look really good. Jimmy G, I think Jimmy G's going to be good. I've been a Jimmy G fan. Drew Lock, he's a guy that I've said, to wait. Drew Lock's a guy that I think, can be good, but Seattle just dominated him. And if Drew Lock doesn't get that competitive edge, this thing's going to get away from Drew Lock. He was just flat out, he was just terrible. Haskins, I never attached my name to him. He was bad. He was really bad, and I didn't want the Giants any part of him. He looked even worse. I mean, he looked slow on tape. Slow, the release is really slow. The footwork, everything just looks really out of sync. But Daniel Jones, the way he picks things up, like, you mentally just have to pick things up really fast to play quarterback. That's what you have to do. Your brain just has to be incredibly sharp. You have to pick things up just so fast, and your mechanics and the way that you throw guys open, you just have to throw. You have to get the ball out of your damn hands. If I were to compare two guys tonight, two ships kind of sailing in the night, we have Davis Webb, and Davis Webb tried to make some big boy throws. You know, he's tall enough. He had that 50-50 ball, which ended in a pick. He had the batted ball. I watched the throw, like, tons and tons of times, and that was emotional, was seeing Davis go out there and kind of struggle. He just couldn't get the damn ball down on that in cut. He barely gets any throws. He threw the ball 7 times. He's showing off the arm, though. I just want Davis to drive the ball more. He needs to work on his lower body. He needs to get these legs stronger. He needs to get the ball up and down faster. He needs to somehow improve a little bit of arm strength. He could do this. You know, Tom Brady did this. He found his check down a couple times, which I really liked. And I liked him taking the shots. He got the pass interference. The guy could have had the ball. The wide receiver fanned on the ball in bound time, made a great play. It was a 50-50 ball down the field. You take that turnover every time as a coach. You know, Davis next game, he's going to be more conservative. Luke Falk and Simeon, these guys don't have any talent. Davis Webb freaking has talent, okay? And Davis Webb was out there tonight, and he was showing off the arm, and he was playing well. But Darnold, if he can just be this lights out in the short passing game, he's just going to whip people. He can throw the ball maybe 50 times, and it's all going to be short passing. I mean, this Case offense, I can't. This is going to be. I'm so close to cursing right now. I've gone 12 minutes. This is the freaking scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is like a species that I've never seen. And I can't believe the Jets and Woody Johnson and these people. I can't believe Darnold. Darnold's just taking over this freaking franchise. He's like, I want to hire this dude in Miami. He was terrible with Ryan Tannehill. And you just see that Darnold's just such a different quarterback, and him and Gase. And the fact is, Darnold, like, he never got along with Bates. And Darnold's too nice of a guy. And, man, like, Darnold's just kind of an odd character. I mean, if Darnold could have been a buoy out at sea, and he might have not have never turned into a freaking shark. You know, Darnold was like a ship sailing in the night, and if you had McCagnon and you had these losers like Bowles and freaking McCagnon and Jeremy Bates, the biggest loser ever, then Darnold would have just been a failure. But now Darnold gets a hold of this Adam Gase guy, and he just uses all his nerdy antisocial bullcrap, and he just is turning Adam Gase into this freaking gem. It's flat out just mind-boggling. Tonight was just the most mind-boggling day ever. A very emotional kind of night. It was kind of an emotional night, and there isn't a lot of substance. For me, who I care about football a lot, to have football back, just to have all the NFL just going on, it was very hard to process exactly what went on. This rush of this rush of dopamine combined with serotonin just infiltrated my brain. That the serotonin, the downside of Webb, the serotonin of those interceptions, and realizing that your favorite player to play football is on the doorstep, is really on. He's like a couple of steps away from being ousted from another team in the NFL. You have this quarterback, Sam Darnold, that you've made fun of or light of since he got into the NFL, and he's turned into this assassin that's just going to absolutely be your worst nightmare for years and years. You have this quarterback, Daniel Jones, on the other hand, that you absolutely love, that embodies a giant. You have Dave Gettleman, the Odell Beckham, all the trade stuff, and Dave Gettleman, and how emotional that tug of war has been with the entire world. The people that have stuck by Daniel Jones, we've been fighting against a world because you've watched, like, it's only like 5% of the population. 95% are against Jones. I know that, okay? Because even, my sister who's not in the football, she'll check her dang phone, and people, at school are teasing her about Daniel Jones and teasing this guy. Oh, this guy looks like he can play Eli in a movie. This quarterback from Duke, what a dumb pick. He would have been there so much later. Dwayne Haskins at Ohio State put up all these numbers. This guy, Daniel Jones, is a joke. Dave Gettleman's this old guy. He has no idea what he's doing. He's out of touch with reality. He makes fun of analytics. He's this old loser. And Daniel Jones would have been there at 17. You could have had Josh Allen. Daniel Jones is clunky. He doesn't have good arm strength. I wouldn't have even taken him in the first 3 rounds. Jeremiah, Dan Orlovsky, Louis Riddick, Joel Klatt, everybody. List everybody in football. Even my friend Jet Central, Chris the Entertainer, Bad Dog. Good people. I like all these people a lot. And then there's some people, just the mainstream, everybody. It's Kellerman, Stephen A. There's no real Giants fan. Maybe Cop Pizzle, that really was all right with it. I said I was fine with it. Anthony Machuchu, a couple of people. But those couple of people, if Daniel turns out to be a great player, are going to get rewarded. And so is all the Giants fans, because the Giants fans that even doubted Daniel, they're still going to be Giants fans. They're still going to like what he did. But that battle, it's just been so emotional. And to see him come out today, and I know Daniel can go on and anything can happen from here on out. But to have this day, to have this week of bragging rights, that's what the game of football is all about. It's all about emotion. It's all about how you feel. It's all about emotion. It's all about holding pride. It's all about winning, and it's all about the dopamine of your brain. Le'Veon Bell, I think, said that line. It's all about the rush of winning and just how hard the defeat is. And tonight, I saw 2 ships passing in the night. Daniel Jones was a guy that I love and support, and he's the ultimate underdog, and he comes out and he shocks the world, and you have that feeling of victory. And then the lightning comes down, and it's almost like all the greatness in the world is washed away. And then you see Ballantyne come out there, and you see this guy for the Giants, just this linebacker, just take this Webb interception and go the other way, and you just slump down in your chair like, this guy Davis Webb has done everything right, and you just it might just be all over. And you see even Luke Falk go out and put a number down, and it's like you just can't win in certain situations. So tonight's just been crazy. I had to get a video up. I can't go to bed. I can't even think about going to bed. My mind is rushing. I just got these things. These heartbeat is just going so crazy. Let's talk about the great players of the damn game. We've talked about the quarterbacks. DJ Ballantyne's fantastic. DJ Ballantyne is so good. He is so fearless. He got those 2 pass interference calls. He doesn't care. He has the perfect mentality for a cornerback. He even returned the damn kick. The guy is, again, I can't relate to it. I would be so nervous to even leave my house, to even order at Panera. I'm nervous. Freaking Ballantyne's playing in front of millions of people, and he's going out there balls to the wall. I freaking love this kid, Ballantyne. Ryan Connolly is a junkyard dog. He's everywhere, Connolly. He's in right position. He's playing fast. He's picking this stuff up. He's playing really well. Paul Perkins had that fumble. Wayne Gallman cemented himself as the number 2 guy. Listen, Eli Manning, if this Jones kid does so well in this if Daniel Jones looks like he can come in and be like a Peyton Manning immediately, Daniel Jones is so damn good. Like, no one expected Jones to be this freaking good. So it does put pressure on Eli Manning to at least like play decently well, and I still think Eli's fine. Yeah, Eli didn't hit Red Ellison or whatever. He didn't hit the second level tight end on the rollout. Are we going to freaking go nuts? But I guess we'll get more clarification as we go along. Man, I never thought Jones would be this good. And for all now the people are going to say the $20 million of Eli. Well, Eli's helped Jones be this good. And, the Dallas game, we'll still roll with Eli. We're definitely going to be impatient now. I mean, holy crap. But damn it, talking about the quarterbacks again. I love quarterback play. I mean, Russell Shepard, what a move. Russell Shepard looked awesome. Russell Shepard made an incredible play. This White Jr. kid who's wearing the Odell thing, is it Reggie White's son? No one knows if it's Reggie White's son or not. He was making plays today. The kid who had the pick six, good for him. I freaking forgot his name. It's like Polak or something. Great play. DeAndre Baker's out there in the secondary. Mike Remmers looks really – Zeitler and Remmers look good. This O-line looks good. The sideline is juiced. Everybody's really getting along this year. It's very refreshing. Not having Odell, not having Collins and Snacks Harrison. The chemistry is better without Odell Beckham Jr. That's why the trade happened. It was a chemistry thing, and the chemistry looks really good. So, what a day. Listen, Simeon, he's just slow, doesn't have a big arm. I'm not impressed by Simeon at all. He hit that little lob pass. I'll take Davis Webb and his picks all day. Scared money ain't make no money, in the words of Davis Webb. Man, oh man, what a show tonight. What a day. What a day. I'm freaking exhausted. Tomorrow, I got film reviews up the wazoo. I'm going to be going in depth, so you guys don't have to look at me no more. You'll look at some Jonesy. You'll look at Darnold. Darnold's scary. Scary, robotic Darnold. Darnold, robot, scary dude. When I think of Darnold, I think of Gase and Darnold like two robots that are just going around like. I mean, they're just. If you look through them, they don't have. It's just ice. They're not even breathing creatures. They were scary as any curse word that you can fill in the blank. What a day. Oh my goodness gracious. How do I even digest this day? It's like a little bit, and it's even more confusing because you don't even know what the hell you're watching. It's like 1 minute they're in, they're out. It's like, the league just pierces through you, and it's like, holy crap, where do I even start tomorrow? It's like, I got 20-page paper. Where do I start? What film do I watch? Oh, what a day. Thank you guys for